2 months after launching my job when I was just 24 years old, and I was already putting in my 2 weeks notice because I got a $45,000 contract with a potential client. Before signing that contract and putting in my 2 weeks notice like the intelligent entrepreneur I should have been, the contract fell through. I was jobless, broke, no savings, no plan B, and I had an LLC that I needed to provide for because, as some of you know, most businesses fail within 2 years of just being launched. Everyone dreams of finally quitting their full-time job, putting in their 2 weeks notice, and clocking out for the last time to triumphantly walk out into the world and land their first client. But leaving your cubicle graveyard to go out into the world, be your own boss, and travel full-time, or spend more time with family isn't the end-all, be-all answer. In fact, I don't think it's the best answer at all. My advice, learned the hard way, is to start your own business, but not quit your full-time job. Not yet, at least. I'm Wilde, and these are my top reasons why you shouldn't quit your job as an entrepreneur. Okay, so the first reason why you as an entrepreneur should not quit your full-time job. Your 9 to 5 offers way too much financial stability for you to just up and quit, okay? Remember, businesses fail within 2 years of being launched. Now, I'm not saying that when you start a business, you're pretty much gonna fail in 2 years. I'm not saying that. That's just statistics though. So you really wanna make sure that all your bases are covered. And I'm not saying just in case you fail, but starting a business can be, or is, a very, very time consuming. It can be very challenging. And depending on what type of business you're starting, it could be kind of expensive. So rather than stressing about getting clients and then having enough clients to pay your just day-to-day bills on top of funding your business, you know what I mean? Like, having a 9 to 5 just makes it a little less stressful on you financially. And one of the reasons, the reason why this is at the top of my list is because when I quit my job, I lost a client within my 2 weeks notice. So having a full-time job and losing a client isn't as devastating as not having a job and only working for yourself. So that income that you lose from that client isn't really a end-all be-all factor. You still have the stability of your salary. Also, when you start a business, you're gonna need certain types of equipment. So if you're gonna do bookkeeping, or if you're going to do graphic design, you're gonna need a laptop, you're gonna need even higher speed internet. You might need some spam or malware software. You're probably gonna need a desktop or maybe 2 screens depending on what you're doing. Maybe you'll need a landline phone or just another cell phone for work. Depending on, again, what you're doing, you may need other equipment like lighting or speakers or microphones or headsets. So it's a lot easier when you're starting a business to pay for that equipment with your salary rather than pulling that out from the money that's also supposed to pay your rent, mortgage, car note, car insurance, gas, food, groceries, kids, husband, spouse. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a little easier to let your job fund your business startup. And then of course you write it off on your taxes anyways. So take advantage of that salary. Outside of paying bills, unforeseen expenses may arise. Let's just say you started your business and, I don't know, Lord forbid, a pipe bursts in your house or your apartment or something, and it causes more expenses that you need to repair. It is so stressful trying to keep one client happy, your one client that's paying for all your bills, on top of trying to get more clients, on top of trying to, manage your money, and then an unforeseen expense or major life event happens. So keeping your 9 to 5 really does give you financial stability that you wouldn't otherwise get as a budding entrepreneur. My next reason why you should not quit your job as an entrepreneur is because benefits are expensive. There is nothing better than letting your employer pay for a majority of your medical, dental, or eye, benefits. So I'm not really sure. When I had quit my job, I didn't even have benefits. I knew it was expensive, but I wasn't quite ready to, excuse the sirens. I live like right down the street from the fire station. I didn't have the funds to, pay for just living, on top of trying to pay for equipment, on top of trying to save to get benefits as well. And then during that time, I was actually penalized at come tax time because I didn't have benefits. So let your employer pay for your benefits. It's expensive, and it's just another thing on your plate you have to worry about as an entrepreneur. Another thing is retirement. As an entrepreneur, I had to look into things like a 403B because I didn't have a employer who was matching. Now, there are companies whose employers do really, really good matches on their 401k. So by keeping your full-time job as an entrepreneur, you're able to have the medical and health insurance benefits your employer is paying for on top of an employer match for that 401k. So when the time comes when you are financially stable and ready to fully leave the workforce and be your own boss, you still have that money that your employer has matched for all of those years, kind of as your safety net, or your, financial freedom, like future planning down the road. Okay, so my third reason why you as an entrepreneur should not quit your job is because keeping your full-time job allows you to fund your professional development. Now, when I started my business, I didn't realize how important professional development was as a business owner, because at your company, you have to take those yearly courses or classes probably. But as an entrepreneur, it's always important that you stay up to date on industry trends in your niche or your market. Especially my background, which is in PR and marketing, it is always changing. There's always new software, changes to social media algorithms or policies, privacy guidelines, and things of that matter. So it's always important to go ahead and pay for those classes or buy those books or get a life coach or business coach, and those things are expensive. So when you keep your full-time job, you're allowing yourself to still get your PD, your professional development, but it's not coming out of your business bucket of money, your business account. You're able to take all the money your business is making and put it back into the business rather than just spending every single penny that you have coming in. Because believe me, when you start a business, you're not starting your first month making $1 million. I mean, and if you are, I really need a mentor. It's a process, and it takes time. So allowing your full-time job to fund your professional development is just another benefit of not quitting as a budding entrepreneur. My next reason why you shouldn't quit your job as a budding entrepreneur is because you can enjoy your professional life a whole lot more when you're kind of living in both worlds. Now, what does that mean? The kind of drag that we experience during our 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 is kind of just this like revolving door. You're doing the same thing every single day. There's no excitement. There's only motivation when like Christmas break is coming around or bonuses are coming out. But when you're an entrepreneur, every day is a marathon. Every day is an adrenaline rush because you're balancing your full-time professional gig with the life of being an entrepreneur. You're balancing when you make those phone calls and meetings, those emails that you randomly get throughout the day about someone trying to set up a meeting or inquiring about your product or services. It kind of motivates you and excites you to keep going, Your job, you're hired for, these lists of things, and you do those every single day. But when you're an entrepreneur, every day is different. And so you have the financial stability of your full-time job, so you're not stressing about that. So everything is just excitement. It's just a marathon every single morning. And I really do enjoy that because when I get a new client, it's a major win because my full-time job already pays for all of my living expenses. So that just means my business just made that much more money that day. So it's very, very exciting. My fifth reason is because failure can benefit your career. And I think this is a very, very significant point for all of you budding entrepreneurs because you should always fall forward. When you're an entrepreneur, you have a lot of ups and downs, a lot of downs. I've lost so many clients over the years. I have had so many failures, so many upset clients, so many opportunities for me to improve professionally. And that was because I made mistakes. And you're gonna make mistakes as a budding entrepreneur. The importance is to learn from those mistakes and to apply those lessons learned to your new business plan. Your business plan, vision, methodology, it should be forever changing. It should be revolving because within those first couple of years of launching your business, you thought, oh, this is what my business was gonna be about, this is my vision. But over time, while working behind that vision, things may change. Things may kind of evolve based on what the day-to-day life of being an entrepreneur for you is like. So one of the major reasons why you shouldn't quit your full-time job as an entrepreneur is because failure only benefits you that much more, and not just as an entrepreneur, but in your professional career. If you're learning how to deal with unhappy clients as an entrepreneur, those skills that you acquire through those experiences, you can apply within your professional, 9 to 5, 8 to 4 daily life. So I think that is really just an awesome blessing that entrepreneurs get. We learn faster because we're in two, different worlds at the same time. My next reason, you'll have more time to validate your business idea. Maybe not validate, but perfect any flaws that may cause your business to fail within the first 2 years. And what I mean by this is when you start a business, you're really, really excited. You think this is your vision. These are all your goals. This is how you're going to be a millionaire. And then, you have a hiccup and you have to reevaluate. And then you get too many clients and you got to reevaluate. You lose too many clients, you got to reevaluate again. So by keeping your full-time job, you have the opportunity to really find your why. Why am I trying to launch a business? Because anyone can just go out and buy an LLC, right? But your why is what will drive you every single day. So while keeping your 9 to 5 and minimizing that financial stress, you're able to determine, okay, what is it that I'm trying to do? What's the big picture? Is it really because I want to pay off debt? Is it because I just want to own something? Or is it because I truly hate the cubicle graveyard? So keeping your full-time job allows you to really reevaluate as time goes on your why. And when you get to that point where you really figure out your why as an entrepreneur, I feel like that's really when your business starts to kick off. So I know everyone wants to be that Instagram influencer. We all want to quit our job and frolic through rice fields for the rest of our life. But it doesn't always work like that. And I'm a strong believer that by keeping your 9 to 5, you are empowering yourself and keeping that financial stability that will allow you to be a successful entrepreneur. So what are some reasons that you guys want to leave your full-time job to be an entrepreneur? What are some of the reasons that you guys are staying at your full-time job while starting a business? Are there a few things that you guys struggle with more some days versus other days? I would love to hear your comments. Just shoot them down below. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, share it on your platforms, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.